this is probably the last video of 2024. So what more to end the year with another unboxing of the AKASAKI Carol. So AKASAKI Carol, I decided to get this is because it has a completely different design. Because if you all don't know that AKASAKI generally have the same design language, which is a circular box right here, and it will have this unique shape to fit directly at the ear. So I don't know whether that fitting going to be nicer. And the pricing, surprisingly, they charge about the same price, affordable, about $30 to $45 depending on when you get it, which is almost the same price as the AKASAKI SKS or the SK10 right here. So I don't know how better it is, but based on the box itself here, it has a 5.4 Bluetooth, and it just has a SBC to AAC, which is just the standard. I was hoping for a aptX adaptive or just a aptX to have a slightly better latency, but I guess we have to find out. So that's all from the intro. So without further ado, let's just open it up. Alright, so this is the AKASAKI Carol, and it's a very small box, I must say. And when I bought this, it came with this special I mean, not really special lah, it's just like a free gift, which is just basically like a different bunch of color of earbuds. There's like gray, black, blue, and also orange. And I don't think they are like anything special, they are just a standard earbud. So I don't know why, but okay, cool, free stuff. So as I said earlier, is a 5.4 Bluetooth, and it has a transparency mode and noise cancellation. You can play up to 6 hours on a single charge and 42 hours with a case. So that's all. Let's open it up, and immediately when you open, you can see the case here, and it looks quite cool. They put like some sort of like a plastic film here on top to like have a display here. So first thing you see is the case. We put aside, and inside here it has the different tips here, which is the small and the large tip, and below here is just the instruction manual. So literally the case, there's nothing else here. So the quick start guide just say immediately, if you want to connect to Bluetooth, just find Carol. Okay, so this is the earbud right here. Because it is transparent, it has to put some protective film so that it will not get damaged when transporting for both sides. So this reminds me of the newer AKASAKI, one of the more expensive one, which is the few $100 one. I can't remember what's the exact model name. It will show on the picture here, and compared to the standard case of AKASAKI that I usually see, it seems like it is slightly smaller compared to the current AKASAKI. So I guess they literally try to squeeze as much space as possible. And other than that, the weight wise is roughly the same, and even behind here it just says 400 milliamp hours of battery case, which is pretty much quite standard in all of the earbuds I have tested. So first thing I can see is immediately the charging, which is it will glow blue right here, glow blue to show that it's charging the earbuds. So I try to show you here. If you can see, there is a glowing here, and the glow part is glowing the word AKASAKI. And you want to know whether the case is charging or whether there's battery. When you open up, there is another AKASAKI right here, connect here. So when trying to pair, it will automatically blink the red and blue, but to save time here, I have already paired on my phone. So once it already paired, you can see the thing will immediately turn off the light, or else it will just keep on glowing the blue. And I must say, in terms of the magnet wise, it's pretty standard, I must say. Nothing too fancy, but if you see the design, wow. So as you can see here, it is a pretty standard shape for most of the earbuds in this price point, or to be honest, generally for all earbuds that have this stick design. It's just the front part here is a bit different, because usually they will try to blend it on the top, but this time here they try to like make it slightly lower for whatever reason. So the transparency not only on the earbud but also on the case itself. If you can see the case, you can literally see the magnet here, and it's a bit hard to see, but it's a quite a matte finish lah. You can see the case here is not as, it's a bit more mysterious, but not as cool as my Soundpeats Air 4, where it is like throughout the entire design of the case is transparent. So it will be cool if you can have the also the sides as well. There's nothing much to really cry home about, but in terms of the ergonomic, I guess for some reason the KZ, the SK10 here, it feels more easier to hold because it's more thinner compared to the Carol, where it's slightly thicker lah. If you can see side by side here, it's side by side, you can see it's like very minimal, but on top wise, you can see it's not really much of a difference. Like it's a very small difference. So yeah, that's all from me from unboxing. So let's move on to the Nash to try this sound out. I have listened to this earpiece for a couple of hours and listened to more than 5 to 6 different songs, and I would say this earbud is awesome, man. It's like, ooh, I don't know how to say. It's a earbud, right, where if your song has a lot of vocals, like especially the song have more emphasis on vocals, right, this thing just bring it to the next level. Suddenly some songs, right, I have listened to the song more than 50 times, maybe 100 times, who knows, but when I listen to on this earbud, right, it's like suddenly I'm hearing things that I never hear before or never experienced before, you know. It's like for example, right, the song called Bunny Girl, like there's a song. Yeah, that song, right, it's very catchy song and I love listening to it. But when I listen to this earbud, like, god damn, it's like, because it has a lot of it emphasizes on his vocals and his acoustic guitar, but because it's in my ear, right, I can hear the slapping of his guitar and all, like, ooh, give me that goosebump, you know. It's like it's I don't know, but it's like something about this earbud that it is actually tuned to the point that if your song has like a guitar or like an acoustic guitar and vocals, it will push all the way close to your ear, while like the bass and the bass guitar, drums or whatever, it push all the way to the back. So I don't know how the sound profile will be like, but it seems like they focus more on the treble instead of the bass, and I would say it just hits right. because it is not flat. Like for example, like for my 820 MB here, this thing also emphasize on the vocals, but it is quite flat because the bass is really like not there. But this guy not, the bass is not as strong, but it's just nice, just satisfied enough for me to listen the entirety, you know. It's like I don't know how to explain. Like it is more suppressed, but not too much to the point that you only hear vocals only. So yeah, so those songs, like for example that Bunny Girl song, you can hear his vocals, you can hear his acoustic guitar, but you also can still hear the tuk 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 but behind his voice. So it's not overpowering, but it's not too weak to the point that your whole song be like different. Maybe that's the reason why it sounds different than what it should. So I don't know how to explain, but man, this earbud is really interesting. And another example I can give is the song called Take Me to the Beach by Imagine Dragons and Ado. That song also is just a constant beat of the boom 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 boom. Yeah, that beat is not very strong, but it's alright. It's just enough for me to be contented with the song. But when they start to sing, and especially when Ado comes in, it's like wow, ooh, you can, because especially when the song comes in left and right at the same time, right, you can really hear the sound separation is almost as good as the one that I hear from the headphone that I heard from the H1 Pro, where it's like you can hear the sound separation very clear, and it's just, oh, it's very hard to explain, but it's just the fact that it emphasizes on the vocals and the instruments, and with a satisfying thud, you know, like the when playing on your ear. So it is, I don't know, it's very interesting earbud, because it reminds me of the time when I listened to one of my earbud that I use, which is the one of the wired version of the Audio Technica, where is over $100, but I can't remember what model is it. It somehow reminds me of that, because that earbud also, it is more like a studio feeling, you know, where you can hear the guy like right in front of you, and especially if the song has two separation, it's like really you can hear the crisp, you know. It's very crisp. The sound is so clear that you can really hear two people standing beside you instead of like a mismatch of like in front, but you can like somewhat guess it's left and right. This is really like, you know, the guy is on the left, the guy on the right. It's like, damn, even the instrument you can hear the guitarist on the left, or the bassist is on the right. Like, oh my god, I don't know, I feel like I'm hyping too much on this earbud, but trust me, if you really like your music, right, this earbud is really next level for me lah. Maybe I have to try it more and try it over time, but I would say this is really worth the money lah. Which it's not really a surprise, because AKASAKI their earbud has been always be quite a banger for bang for the buck, because their design always like this. And initially I was worried when it used the generic design, and I can understand why lah, because this earbud is literally supposed to flush right in your ear here, but when you try to press next and stuff, it will start to press into your ear canal, which can be quite uncomfortable compared to this earbud. As you can see, if I put it on my ear here, the the whole stick is outside, so it's easier for you to press, and you don't need to like press all the way into your ear, and it's quite sensitive, so it's a good thing. And the button is like somewhere here lah, somewhere in the middle region here, and it's unfortunately there's no volume button lah, like no volume button shortcut compared to my Soundpeats Air 4, which I can change music, can play pause. I can also lower the volume if I want to. For this one, it's more on play, pause, next, ANC on, ANC off, transparency, and also high performance mode. So the high performance mode is just triple tap, which is most likely is the game mode. And yeah, maybe you need it if you are just intend to use this, but I don't really recommend it, I guess, because usually you use this, you buy this kind of earpiece to listen to music, but I didn't really try on the game. So maybe in the future I will try to see how is it. Maybe after I test the Soundcore earbuds that I have there. So I that's all lah. That's all. If I were to give a rating for the earbud, right, it would be a solid 8.5 out of 10. It could be almost 9, but it's just more like because I don't really like the design of the earbud, because it feels cool but also generic at the same time, because I don't really like the design of the stick type, because like this is more interesting, because it is like the shape of your ear shape of your ear. So I don't know, it depends whether you like it or not lah, but that it fits well on the ear, and once it stays there, it's going to be good. And also because of the material for the tip here, I start to feel again about this SK10. It's quite, the rubber here is very soft compared to the KZ Carol, which it feels a bit more hard, a bit harder lah. It's more like, though it's not really the generic earbud feeling, because usually the generic earbud, the rubber is a bit thicker and a bit harder. This one is slightly soft but not that soft of this SK10. So you can take note of that. And I don't know, something about earbud with earbuds, right, I just don't really fancy lah, because my daily driver here, which is the Soundpeats Air 4, is a tipless earbud, because you can see here there's completely no ear tip here, but it fits my ear very well. I could use this almost the entire day, just putting on my ear without ever wanting to take it out, because it's that comfortable. And if you say, oh, you use the rubber to ensure that it stays on your ear, not really lah. This thing can stick to my ear for a very long period. I even ran with it with not much issue, maybe a bit of adjustment here and there, but other than that, it fits like a glove in my ear. So that's why I wanted to initially just recommend you guys get the Air 4 before I listen to the Carol. But after a while, I realized the Carol, damn, people should try it, because it sounds like those high-end earbuds, like those like I said earlier, the Audio Technica wired version, or even the Sennheiser earpiece. So I'm like, for the fraction of the price, because those earpiece that I just said earlier can go over 100 plus easily, which is double the amount of price of this earpiece. So yeah, I mean, like, there's no harm trying it lah. And with high performance mode, maybe this can be your gaming earpiece also, but maybe not so, because like I say, the bass is not as strong. But then again, you want to hear clarity of people moving around, so maybe it will help a lot. I can't say, maybe in the future. Alright, so that's all from me. In 2024, this is my final video. I hope you can look forward to 2025, and thank you for whoever has stayed all the way to the end of the video. I hope you also like this video as well, and thank you to whoever has subscribed to me. It has been a pleasure to share with you my opinion on different earbuds and also headset over the 2024, and hopefully there is more to come in 2025, and I bid you farewell in 2024. Adios. So this is me, Nash. I catch you all next time.